Hey guys, Ben Pagan here. Sorry I haven't put up any videos lately. I have had a tough couple of days in lock sport. Not giving up hope, I just have not had any success. A few days ago, I was going to make a video, or was attempting to make a video on building my next lock. I was going to take this cylinder and I ran into several issues. First, my batteries died on my lavalier microphone. Had to go to the store, buy new batteries. Then during recording, I had tapped some chambers. I had milled some chambers. I ran my special counter mill here into my 2 chamber holes, and everything was going great. And then I looked up and realized, oh, my card was full on my camera, and half of the work I had done wasn't recorded at all. So I had to put that aside, collect my thoughts, and then yesterday I received 2 of the lotto locks I ordered in the mail. The master, I don't even know what it's not even marked what version it is. The 410, that's right, Master 410 Lotto Lock, and the American 1100 Lotto Lock. And both of these locks, so far, have told me where to go. This is crazy. This Master lock, can you see the bitting on that key, is not awesome. I mean, you got a deep cut here on 5. But look at this, an absolute 0 cut, a couple of 1s, a 2, that maybe a 3. I don't know. Anyway, very loaded with spools and stuff. But the problem is, this thing is so sloppy. You hear all that. You get inside there, you start picking, and a big issue with this thing is, normally when I pick a spool, I'm sure everyone else, I'm just feeling everything, the counter and all that, the counter rotation. Well, this thing being so sloppy in here is fake counter rotation when that core is moving against the screw inside. So that's messing me up. I'm working on it though. And of course the American, same thing. It's a little sloppy in there. So that's something I need to work on, something I need to learn. I'm working on it. Not giving up. Just putting it aside for a little while. So, those go aside too, because today I'm going to try something else I have not been terribly successful with. And that's my first dimple lock, the ABIS 75 IB50 dimple lock. This lock also has no spring tension on the core, which will throw you for a loop. As I'm finding out, watching other videos, this should not have been my first dimple lock. But neither here nor there, it is my first dimple lock. So I'm going to give her a shot. I have picked it 3 or 4 times. But that's over a period of time, as you know. But we're going to try again today. Let me bring the camera down here a little bit where we can see it. Hopefully, I'm going to bring that pretty much over my head. I want to make sure it's in focus when I try this. There we go. And here it is, tension wrench. Homemade tension wrench, of course, seems to be the only way to go on something like this, because you have to control this core 100%. You can't slop around with that store-bought stuff. So I shaped this to fit in there. That's tight, but loose. Sounds like a commercial. All right, wish me luck. In fact, before I do that, I'm going to cut for a second. I gotta get my glasses. I'm in here again without my glasses. Alright, we'll try it again. And it's a little tricky to hold also. I guess I could show you all the key real quick and what we're trying to fight. Tight. So we have, I believe, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins. And it's actually this 3 and 4 pin that give me the most trouble. 5 and 6, believe it or not, I don't even really feel them. Yeah, they play in there at the end. After I've set the first 4, I can feel 5 and 6, and then they're just fall into place. So we'll give her a shot. This is me rambling. Alright, and away we go. 1 and 2, you get nothing out of at first. Like I said, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are the most troublesome also. Good thing they're first. There we go. Had to let up tension a lot under that. Right now I feel nothing on 4. That means probably 2. There we go. It just set down a little on 4. But it will give me trouble later. Usually does. Okay. This is 3. I gotta let up on 3 to let it in. The trick is, as you know, letting up without dropping will set. It doesn't want to go in just yet, so let me go on to 2. Another issue I have to control is my pick. It's just a little bit on the long side. Let me pull it out to where you can see it here. And sometimes if I'm in too far this way, it will hang up on this warding right there. If you can see that warding, I'm sure you can. So I have to stay back just a little bit to get past that. So at least I'm aware of that. I don't sit and twist for hours on the warding. Okay. I felt 2. I gave her a little room. Don't think I gave it enough. Because when I let go, it's like set back down. So we got to get that to go home. Have I backed off too much or not enough? You know what would be really nice is if this was one of those videos where like, yeah, this is hard, it's very hard, click, done. I'm not that guy. So I'm letting you guys watch me struggle through something that I'm not very good at, but I'm really trying. That felt like that set. See, when you have no spring tension on the core, you don't have a good feedback to know exactly when something is set. You're just like, I think it's there. Of course, don't listen to me talk like I know something. This is my first dimple. and I'm just doing what I can to learn it. You want to watch guys who know stuff. They're all over the place. Lock noob, lock picking lawyer. I mean, geez. He slaps these things in his sleep. Okay, it feels like 3 and 4 set. Like I said, 5 and 6. I put in, I do a full twist before I finally feel them kind of, I don't know, just tick a little bit. They're pretty much all the way at the ceiling of this thing. And then 2 feels set. 1 I have to get in all the way under it, like that. But that doesn't guarantee anything. But 1 is very high pin. It looks like it's up there, but it's also, a few times I've opened it, 1 is the last pin I have to pick because it will always fall no matter what I do on anything else. Okay, 3 just feels like it's all the way down again. There we go. You even heard that. That brought 4 down. There, 4's up. Let me make sure 3's down again. 3 and 4, they just bounce on each other. Ooh. Now they're both up. That felt good. That gave it a double set. It was like boom and then boom. Sound effects provided free by Derek Williams. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, and 6 are up and set. 2. Don't ruin me too. In fact, I got a little room under 2. I want to leave it alone. I go to 1 and make sure, because like I said, 1 has to be last. So we can go ahead and set 1, and if it doesn't open, then I go back to 2. Get all the way under it. Okay, going back to 2. I gotta lift up a little for 2, which makes me nervous about 3 and 4. That felt like a set. Coming back to 1. Get under it without getting under the boarding. Under it again. But nothing. Nope, 2 was not set. Let me check everything else again. 3, 4, 5, and 6. I feel like they're still up. And maybe 3 that's down again. Get up there and stay up there. This, anyway, this is the only flag I can get in here properly. I don't know, I can't tell you why, like a curved flag doesn't work well in here. It just doesn't. Of course, I use the Dongshi kit, which isn't the tightest tolerance kit out there. And I had to shape it down myself. If you haven't bought Dongshis before, they come with square shanks. And you really have to sand them down to get them round so you can get around these wardings. I sanded them all down, or I would grab one and show you. But just know it's a very large square that's not very useful. Try for one again. It's more helpful if you're actually under it. Okay. I'm really wanting to get a video up, and a failure at this point. No other word for it, just sucks. Please get under one. Shove it up all the way. Release a little tension. Not too much. Okay. I really wish I could hear you guys out there saying, no, you gotta blah, 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 blah. It's that blah, blah, blah that I have no clue about. I get my pick stuck in there. It's definitely up. Come here. Sometimes you just wobble it and it like falls free, but not today. Not today. I'm going to have to release tension to get the pick out. Which sucks. Come on, come on, come on. Try not to destroy my pick also. There we go. Ah, what am I looking at? Feel two. And you can see a false set there. It's not a big false set like a challenge lock, but it is there. Sorry, I'm not so entertaining as many out there. 3 and 4 still feel set. 5 and 6 are set. Reset to 1. Had a little tension to it when I first got under it, so. It's giving me feedback. There. Ta-da! Okay, yes, one definitely had a different feel right there at the end when it did set. when I got under it, it had some more tension. Normally it doesn't have any tension. It was like free floating. But when I got under that, I had to lift it to get under it. And then when it finally started going up, I was feeling some feedback for once. Normally I don't. And so when I let off and set it, it was great. So I have to remember that. There is a feel when you're in the right neighborhood. So that is awesome. I learned something today. Hopefully you did too. Okie dokie. Lock that back up. Make sure she's still everything good. That's about all I had to cover for now. Thank you very much. I'm glad I get something back out to you. Let me give you a shot real quick. Like I said, my video on creating my next lock failed, but I do still want to show you how I've advanced my anchor. If you saw about Bill Bacardi's video on the lock I sent him, I called it Anchors Away because I did have an anchor pin in it, but it did not go as far as this one. Where are my tweezers? Get my big hand in your way here because everybody loves a big hand in the way. So what I've done, let me see if I can zoom in on this. This pin I had to cut. Before, it was round on the end. I didn't do the cuts, try to cut it in 3 pieces. But you can see in here, if I can get the light right, look on this bottom leg, you can see the recess, which forms a hook. That's what I've been going for. And that hook fully engages, one leg of the hook will engage in these rings that I've cut. You can see the ring now. Get a pointer here. This ring, let me get over here in the light. You can hear that. So when you get that pin in there, this is taking a little longer than it should, but feed that pin into chamber 2. Use a rod to... So as we get her in there, oops, and she comes back, when you have the core rotated, you can see how that pin will hang in there. Normally with a spool, you have a flat edge looking around this regular hole. The spool will tip and hang on the side of the hole, but as you press, it wants to line itself up and fall in. So to combat that, I did this cut. So this is something I really want to give a shot at. Oops, I knocked her through. You see she will still go through. Hang up there on the outside a little bit. Also balled the end of it. Might as well show you while it's sitting here. Instead of a straight shank on both sides, I carved that into more of a ball so it gives it more freedom to tip. Hopefully that will give somebody a massive headache. That's really the goal of a challenge lock, right? Still pickable, but very difficult. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.